go, girlfriend. I'm your mother. Come on, Thorny, you're losing to the rookie. It's embarrassing. Come on, Rabbit. You can do it. Oh, Rabbit, he's killing you. I got Thorny in front by a lot. What's the matter? Your mama didn't teach you how to chug? Come on, Thorn. Come on, Thorn. Oh. God damn it. I am all that is man.
Hey folks, we're back. My name is Paul Zico, and this is episode 2. I'm joined by Miles Harrington.
What's up?
Adam Marino.
My name's Adam. I like to party.
Juan Tardero.
¿Qué pasó?
We're the four assholes coming
He likes to party as well.
From the safe space. You might have heard about us recently on Facebook. We're going to be discussing this week's topic, pet peeves, today. Each of us will be sharing a few things that really bring out the asshole in us. But first, we're going to touch on a few topics from episode 1, especially since we've got some new info just to bring up. Guys, the NCAA tournament wrapped up. It's over. We've got a little bit of egg on our face, huh?
Yeah. Especially Adam. He was saying every game was going to be epically close, and Oklahoma only lost by 44.
That's why he's not an analyst on ESPN.
44 is competitive. Come
44,
on,
ladies and
And
gentlemen.
I picked Carolina.
That's
44, gentlemen.
Yeah, none of us had Nova winning that semifinal game, and they just went ahead and won it all.
Except for that 18-year-old who picked. She had that.
Oh,
my
Jasper.
God.
From Indiana.
Jasper, Indiana.
She said she wasn't even going to do it. She did
Right.
it. She did it as extra credit.
As extra
for
credit.
That's awesome.
Didn't follow anything, and she picked Syracuse in the national title over North Carolina. Wow, how dumb is she? She picked 65 or 64 or 67 games, right? But she's stupid for picking Syracuse.
Thanks,
over
Jim
North Carolina.
let me tell you what that's
Taking
like.
his nose.
Here's what this situation with this girl is. Well, here's what that's like. So the luge. The luge is the bobsled run, but no sled. It's just bob. There's no sled. It's literally just bob. It's just a man
In Jamaica.
going down,
No one can believe.
going down the chute and the slides and everything, and he could compete and not even know that he was in the sport. Just the involuntary luge, there it is, and win the world record. This is the same situation as this girl having no clue and not even wanting to do it. Like, hey, what is this? I'm all of a sudden in the luge. Oh, ooh, zoom, 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 going through all the turns. Oh, she won. Didn't even want to do it.
And at the bottom of the luge, there's extra credit.
Yeah. It's the same situation as if they just grabbed a guy in the stands and said, guess what, buddy? Stick a helmet on him. He's in the luge.
You know what? She probably had a moment where she was inspired by the movie Cool Runnings. And she had that moment in the hotel room
Kiss my
where
lucky egg, coach.
John Candy starts saying the Our Father. Our Father, who are in Calgary.
Bobsled be thy name.
But this time, bracketology.
Gold medals
be that
won.
game.
Gold medals won.
On Earth as it is in turn 7. Or this time in
Miles,
the
when's the
Sweet
last time you
16
saw this
leading.
movie?
Or the
About an hour ago.
He went through our notes of what we were talking about. He just got done watching it.
Hey, I love Jamaican bobsled.
You know what's funny is that there's a tournament put on by, was it Warren Buffett, where he will get
$1 billion.
to just the Sweet
Oh.
16. Just if you get up,
It was only the
Perfect.
Sweet 16?
you have to get them
It's not the whole-
perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
You have
Yeah.
to get.
She
missed-
picked California over Hawaii. Stupid.
She had only missed 2. She'd only missed 2
She
by that
had
point.
missed 2.
But see,
It
think
was-
about that.
So she still didn't win.
California, and then I think she may have taken UC Wilmington over Duke or something along that.
Well, 3 games.
Oh no,
right?
she played Texas.
It was a total of
to
3
beat
games.
Northern Iowa, and she almost
See,
got that
some
right.
people-
Northern Iowa won by a half-court shot at the buzzer.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the video of her? Like, because the
No,
first
I
thing
didn't.
I thought was like, what's this girl look like? Like, she's 18 and in Jasper, Indiana. That's
Yeah,
all I know.
250 pounds.
So
was
then-
thinking.
No, you're about right. Yeah, she's just a very, and I'm not going to say it doesn't matter what her weight is. I'm just saying she obviously is not a sports person, and just
Hey, shot put is real. It's real, it's alive, and it's thrilling.
no, that's all I'm saying is that
Jasper
basketball is
weightlifting
not
team, I
her.
heard is pretty good.
She even admitted, like, no, she the only game she'd been to was like an 8th grade game to watch
She
something.
didn't even know the.
Yeah,
And we couldn't even get the Final Four right. We're all talking Oklahoma beating Villanova, and I think that was a consensus. Especially Juan's great input saying why Oklahoma.
Yeah,
ruined
because
that
Dick
game.
Vitale.
Because Dick Vitale said he was.
Now, I do personally have
because he likes
to,
old men.
I do personally have to give a shout out and
Boomer.
apology to the hundreds of thousands of Cal State Bakers fans that listen to us, I called Cal State Bakersfield San Diego State. I had a Scott Van Pelt moment. And I said it was Oklahoma beat San Diego State. It was Cal State Bakersfield.
And San Diego State's who
My
beat
bad.
IPFW in the NIT.
Sorry.
So many people who are listening are so offended.
Yeah.
So it was good that he said that. Really good.
Thank you for admitting your guilt. And
Thanks for going through
And
I always correct my errors.
you, sir, do not get extra credit.
The tournament's all over, but you know what doesn't have an off season? Porn. Let's talk about that.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? Brie Olson. We're gonna talk about last episode. Brie Olson,
Our favorite hometown hoe.
hometown hoe.
We're bringing her back.
So if you listened to last episode, you know that she's trying to get back into the mainstream world from being into the porn industry for many years, and trying to figure out how to get back into the mainstream industry, and she's just having a tough time doing it. But recently,
What's the new news?
the new news is that she has created a GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
What is she raising money for?
She's raising it to her rehab, and it's like $150,000 for 90 days. And
What?
$150,000.
If she wants to make that kind of
For
money,
90
she should
days.
just do porn.
Well, she already made like $4 million.
You know what she's doing right now, though? She's still doing like cam work. She's doing like camera work still. So
What do you mean?
What,
You can
she
go
had,
on.
like,
You can
her
go
own
on to
YouTube
her
channel. Or?
Is that called a headshot?
Oh, she went on a double header.
So what is she selling
She's basically selling herself, is what she's doing.
on
Like
the
a
interwebs?
prostitute. But if it was with a camera, then it's.
But I thought she was retired. That was her whole thing, right? She stopped doing porn, trying to
She
transition.
should just get back in the game.
Here's what I need to know. Why am I paying for her to not be depressed? What's going on? Why?
Why? Because she's depressed about it.
She
'Cause
just
she's
wants
been-
to stay in the news. I mean, she came out with that video of saying why girls shouldn't do porn, but there's nothing wrong with porn, so therefore do whatever you want. It didn't make sense. She lost everyone with that. People were
Well, like we were saying
confused,
before,
and now it's clearly she just wants to stay in the media. Oh, I'm depressed now.
And we're not
She's doing
saying
it for no own name.
we're not saying that the fact that she wants to better herself. We're not saying that we don't agree with that, or we say that she's really not doing that. All we're saying is I don't have to pay for it. If you want to better yourself, I'm for that, and that's good. If you're saying that you don't want young girls to follow in your footsteps, that's all great. But I'm not going to pay you for that because you're depressed because you made your decisions. What about me? I made some bad decisions, and I'm not asking anyone to pay for it. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Why don't we?
Well,
Why don't we?
We kind of hit on all those topics already in one. The issue now is the GoFundMe page, right? So let's kind of like hop on the GoFundMe page here. And this is a quote from her GoFundMe page at the end, basically trying to reel you in and try to get you to.
It's her sales pitch.
Yeah, her sales pitch. It says, "I want my life back. I want to find out who Rachel Oberlin really is. Brie Olson has consumed my life, and I let her because I thought success is money, but it's not."
She sounds like it's a different human being. I want to find Rachel Oberlin.
All that was fine, again, but okay, go away now. I'm not paying for it.
Right. But a lot of people have.
Yeah, she's raising money. She's out there putting herself all over the public, just asking for money.
If you go to the GoFundMe page, it's a path to discovering Rachel. So far in the past 4 to 5 days, she's already raised $15,000, close to $16,000.
The Red Cross.
Now get this, guys. Get this. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's like a menu of things that you can purchase, basically. So $100 for a private video. Be included in a private live streaming broadcast of me before and after rehab, where you can interact with me and see my progress.
Yeah, progress.
$20 in email update. $500 for a phone call. Receive a private thank you phone call from me to show my gratitude after rehab.
That's a
around
hotline.
15 minutes in duration.
That's a hotline bling right there.
$1,000 for an individual video. $50 for a weekly update. And people have donated 279 donations. And the biggest donation I've seen so far, the largest donation, I think, was about $500.
So let
Someone
me guess.
dropped
She's
$500.
Let me guess. She's raised well over $5,000. Right?
It's 15 grand. You just said it.
15,000. Yeah, almost 16.
Almost
grand.
16. It's just shy of 16.
Just 16.
The thing is that, okay, so the money's, you're getting something in return, right? She's sending you a video, a phone call, an email, or whatever, and it's all about progress throughout rehab. She didn't give a date. So if you're paying for something...
Right, she's
not telling you when you're going to receive this email, video, update, whatever, phone call. She's raising money for rehab, therefore she's not in rehab?
She's not in rehab yet. No.
Okay.
Oh, not yet.
So then you're going to receive these updates.
So we don't even know for sure if she's going to...
It sounds kind of scamish.
She's like the Donald Trump of GoFundMe.
Yeah,
It's all a circus. It's great
The Donald
business.
Trump.
It's hilarious. I mean, she is a genius businesswoman. In my opinion,
I kind of
it is
equate
a
it to,
scam.
what if there's like a guy on the street like begging, like hungry, homeless, and you give him $10, and then he doesn't go, like say you sit there with him for 20 minutes, talk, give him money, and he doesn't head to the nearest McDonald's. Like, no, this is for dinner.
He goes to the liquor store.
I'll go later. Yeah,
I'll go later.
I'm going to be hungry at some point.
Yeah.
Like this is just kind of how I feel about it.
And then he goes and actually uses that money for a private session with Brie Olson.
Check this out. 19 hours ago, Bree sent a message on the GoFundMe. I want to thank everyone and apologize for everyone that has been upset for GoFundMe freezing the funds. I hope we are able to prove to them that I am not doing porn or sending porn videos as a reward system, as that was one of their concerns.
So that sounds like Mr. GoFundMe, Mr. and Mrs. GoFundMe are like, wait a minute, this sounds like prostitution on our page, and we don't like it.
So people's donations are getting frozen, and she can't access them now.
She's gonna find a loophole how to do these private videos
Yeah.
to people. I don't know how, but I think it's a genius idea. I think we should make our own GoFundMe page. I mean, seriously, here in our safe space, help 4 assholes live their dream and live to tell you about it. It's great.
I think just on a more serious, like Adam said, on a more serious note, like if she really needs to be in rehab or needs to go to rehab, I think she's got plenty of connections to get her into there without a GoFundMe page. And there's plenty of GoFundMes out there that I know from like friends and people that I know or work with that I've actually given money to for like real causes, like healthcare and stuff like that. Things come up, but an ex porn star going to rehab, I just don't. I think she's got other avenues to raise the money.
Absolutely.
And how old is she?
I don't know.
She's
got to be
30 something.
I don't know if she's that old, guys.
Is she not that
probably
old?
younger than 30.
I'm gonna Google that. You guys keep talking.
Yeah, we'll play amongst ourselves as you look that up.
29.
29? That sounds
Someone
about
offset
right.
said 29.
We've got
According to our
offset.
sources,
There's the
we
4
are
of us,
hearing
and my brother's here on the couch. He's like, I want to watch. So shout out to my brother Steven watching.
In any case, by today's standards in society, 29 is still considered quite young.
Super young, yeah.
And yet, seems like she's pulling this off. Of course, they froze it for her, but she's coming up with these genius ideas. Hey, how can I make a quick buck? Hey,
Right.
let's say I'm going to rehab and make a GoFundMe.
Like I was telling Paul not so long ago, she needs a publicist. She needs someone.
Right.
She needs someone to tell her, "Hey,
Donald
sweetheart,
Trump.
you need to calm the heck down of being on. You need to get off of Facebook, off of Twitter, off of the internet completely.
YouTube,
Let this
bye-bye.
die down and come back as as Rachel Oberlin and forget Brie Olson altogether and come back and don't even mention Brie Olson at all.
I don't
Just
think she
be
wants to.
Rachel Oberlin.
I just got confirmation
I
she's
think
actually
it's
she's
scam.
30 now. She's had a birthday since 10 minutes ago.
Confirmation.
Oh,
already?
okay. Yeah. We didn't celebrate, guys.
Not to.
I have to start a GoFundMe to get her a present.
Oh, jeez.
Our Google guy has just in.
Stats.
Juan's trying to do the math right now on how old she actually is.
Because he saw the birthday.
October. No, I was reading. Extremely cute and petite blonde bombshell. Brie Olson was born Rachel Marie Oberlin to a single mother on October 7, 1986 in Houston.
So
All right,
she's
don't-
still 29. She'll be 30 in October.
Okay. And really, she's not the first. She's not going to be the last. It's just that she's local. And she's got.
That sounded sexual.
I mean, everybody has some sort of 6 degrees of separation with her. I mean, we all know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that whatever. But it's just something to talk about. And it's still going. Like Juan said, she's not letting it go.
What she did, I'm sure, in California doing that was pretty exciting, but not as exciting as how excited I am about NBA.
What's that stand for?
Because nothing but Africans.
Like my tongue.
Hey, before
Just kidding.
The National Bowling Association.
Right, yeah. Pete Weber.
So I just have to brag a bit because I was born in San Jose and not far from where a team you may have heard of this year, where they reside, and that is Golden State. And I did want to just find out from you guys, because I'm a true actual fan, so I'm biased, so what can I really say? But I just wanted to find out, can you even fathom what has happened? I mean, it doesn't even make sense. I mean, 72-10, it was like Barry Bonds home runs, or, I mean, it doesn't even make sense. The 17-0 Dolphins, it just, I can't wrap my head around it. I don't know what you guys think.
Your sports teams are so unfair. You got the home run record,
Giants.
even though he cheated.
Yeah.
And you got the best record of all time.
Yeah.
You got a hockey team that always blows it, but they're consistently good. And your NFL team has won five Super Bowls with Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, Steve Young. Come on, man.
It's going to take them another 5 years.
He can't even call him a bandwagon because he's from the area. I don't know what you
73
did.
and 9.
You don't deserve it.
And I have
You
to
really
live,
don't.
I have to live with this guy.
Yeah, one of the biggest assholes I know, and the thing he loves the most in life is sports. Well, maybe that'd be his second thing he loves the most is sports. But he gets some of the best sports teams in all pro sports, and now his Warriors teams that used to be the laughingstock along with the Clippers.
Man, that's the thing. They were bad. I mean, I follow the Warriors from when they had Andres Biedrins. And I'm even saying the name right because I follow the team. None of you could even say that name right because you don't even know who
I
that
didn't
is.
even know who he existed.
Exactly. So he's from Latvia, and yes.
Until Steph Curry and those boys came, your best player for the last 30 years was arguably Chris Mullin.
No, Run TMC was fun to
they were
watch.
legit.
Tim
They were
Hardaway,
legit.
yeah, Mitch Richmond, Tim
Yeah.
Hardaway.
Yeah.
That's
Don Nelson coaching.
But even Tim Hardaway's known as a Miami Heat player.
well, you're a little
He
bit
got
younger
his
than we
start.
are.
He
Yeah.
got his start in Golden State, though.
He got a start.
Tim Hardaway did?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Run
Yeah.
TMC. They were just an offensive juggernaut. Not like this.
No. Well,
Like-
their best winning percentage was well under 80%.
Right. They were just
Yeah.
fun
They
to
were like-
watch at the time.
Steve
45
Kerr's
and
record.
37
Miles,
consistently.
what is Steve Kerr's record?
140 and 24.
140 wins and 24 losses. That doesn't make any sense.
And his assistant coach is arguably got a better record than him percentage. Well, percentage-wise, sure, that's not arguably, but arguably could be said, well, you know, his assistant could have coached this the whole season, and they would have gone like, 75-7.
And here's the thing with everyone wants to talk Bulls, Warriors, Bulls, Warriors, Michael Jordan.
Oh my god!
Scottie Pippen had to open his big old mouth, and
What do you have to say?
which is attached to that nose. Have you seen Scottie Pippen's nose? Yikes!
You mean Shock G?
Shock G, the one with the
exactly.
satin on the pants.
Except that was fake.
He got busy in a Burger King bathroom.
That nose was fake. Scotty's is real. It's oh so real. So he said that he would guard Steph Curry and he would hold him to 20 points or less every game, and they would bring out the brooms.
He said right now,
They
right
would
now.
sweep. Well,
Right now. Or
Not 50-year-old versions.
But if you get the 95-96 team to play the 2015 and 16 team that they would play, that the Bulls would sweep in 4 games, that they would sweep. Now, come on.
I don't know, man.
What rules are we playing, though? 95 rules?
95 rules.
Where you could hack and they don't really call it?
95 rules.
Or, well, how? Are you
here's
saying it's 95 rules?
here's the thing.
Go ahead.
The Warriors get, I shouldn't say the Warriors, Curry gets so much attention I think their best player is Draymond Green. What was his record? 1,000 points,
That's a
500 rebounds.
ballsy say right there,
And
bro.
assists and
No, but think,
assists.
nobody's ever done
Who
that.
No
from
one's ever
Chicago
done
would guard Draymond Green?
That's what I'm saying.
Dennis Rodman.
Exactly.
Dennis Rodman.
The
Are you
worm,
kidding?
dude. The
No,
worm.
I'm
Then
sorry.
Scotty would guard him then too. Look, I'm a Warriors fan, but I'm even
Who
admitting
would
the
actually
Bulls
not
would
be
win.
on him? Who would properly guard?
But I'm
Draymond
just saying, Draymond's the X factor.
But who would properly
He is.
guard
He
someone you may have heard
absolutely
of? Michael Jordan.
Like Scotty, okay, he can
Klay
shut
Thompson
down Curry.
would get
like,
him, and Harrison Barnes would get the assignment. Andre Iguodala would get the assignment, but no one's gonna guard Michael Jordan.
No, he's
just
gonna
like no one's gonna guard
No.
Steph Curry. But I mean, Rodman, Draymond Green. You got two Australians, Luke Longley and Andrew
Andrew
Bogut.
Bogut.
So there's that.
Guard each-
I'll
Yeah.
pick the team with the
And
Australian
this
center.
is the big issue here. Of course, Michael Jordan, the greatest player of all time. Now,
Definitely.
remember, I am
Close.
saying this.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan is the best player of all time.
right.
Anyone guarding him here in 2016 will have issues with him.
Oh, yeah.
But it pisses me off. It is one of my biggest pet peeves.
Hashtag pet peeves. Hashtag pet peeves.
When people try to not just compare teams from the past to now, that's fine. I have no
Yeah.
issue with. But say, if this team were to play that team, what are we talking about here? Yeah, Juan. Oh, yeah, obviously not now when they're 40s and 50s. Of course they get blown out. But you're trying to take a team from the past to a team to now. There can be no true comparison of if they were to be on to meet on the floor, because that can't happen. First of all, unless you got a time machine that I'm not aware of.
Wait, now I do have a time machine at home. It basically is
All right,
stuck.
Mr. Stephen
No,
Hawking.
it's stuck, and it only backwards doesn't work and forward doesn't work. So it only does
okay.
present. All right, so it's a
a-
cardboard box. I have a cardboard box at home. That's basically what it is.
My whole point
But it
is
says Samsung
we're,
on it, so
we're
it's great.
talking about players from 20 years ago, which that really isn't that long ago, but still, as time goes on, players get bigger, stronger, faster.
Yeah, who won the national championship in like the 40s and 50s?
Okay,
Oklahoma.
come
Can you
on.
imagine?
Don't you even get me started on this.
Can you imagine?
Don't even get me
The
started on
national
this.
title, like Ohio State team who won a couple years ago, whatever, against like the team that won it in the 40s when
Now-
they weren't wearing face
now
masks.
let me tell you something.
Someone would die on the field. No, there would be a death.
Let me tell you what.
Even
After that, you remember those USC teams from the mid 2000s
Oh, yeah.
that had Matt
Matt
Leinart,
Leinart, Reggie
Reggie
Bush,
Bush, yeah.
Wendell White,
Jarrett, yeah.
Mike Williams.
Yeah.
My lord. And ESPN did a comparison between the 2004 USC Trojans and the 1955
I forgot
Oklahoma
Polamalu. They had Troy
Sooners.
Polamalu. Yeah.
Right. And they're like, well, so who would win in a game? Are you kidding me? Could you imagine Reggie Bush going through a 1955 defense?
Yeah.
Those players for Oklahoma would try to take a train to Oregon to commit euthanasia. They'd be so embarrassed. And that pisses me off. It really does,
But
because
that's a big gap there you're talking about.
But
you're talking about
that's not on me.
1950s.
That's even ESPN saying, "Oh, what if these
Well-
two teams were to meet on the field?" Do you guys remember in the early 2000s where ESPN literally did a TV series of NFL teams, the teams of the decade? They did the 70s, the Steel Curtain, the Steelers were the team of the 70s. The 80s, the Niners were the team of the decade. They did. That was the 80s, the 90s were the Cowboys, and then they did the early 2000 Patriots. And they tried to compare these teams on the same field. Are you kidding
There's
me?
no way. The
Tom Brady
linebackers
would destroy the Steel
Mike,
Curtain.
and Mike Singletary, great. But dude, you know how slow he would be guarding who he would have to guard now?
Gronk.
Yeah, and that
There's no way.
kind of goes back to the point of comparing even the Bulls from 20 years ago to now. Jalen Rose of ESPN now said Michael Jordan wouldn't be in the top half of the NBA in terms of speed.
Oh, I believe
That's
that.
insane.
There's no way.
Yeah. I
Little,
believe
Look at
little
LeBron.
Isaiah Thomas, not the Isaiah Thomas, but little Isaiah Thomas for Boston,
yeah.
is like way faster.
No kidding. And if you look at LeBron James now, it's like, oh, LeBron versus Michael Jordan one-on-one. Now, if you take them from truly their era, obviously Michael Jordan's a better player. But are you kidding me with what LeBron James has his disposal
shoulders.
now?
His shoulders,
He's
I
6'8", 250 and change.
I think he's 900 pounds.
weight.
I guess
Well, he lost weight over the last few years.
All right,
Like, he's just a
850.
freak
Right.
athlete and a player from the 90s. I'm sorry, he can't keep up.
Now,
I guess.
what about
you're
hairlines? If they're
hairline?
Jordan,
Okay, let's not go there.
I guess
Clyde Drexler,
I
by
guess
now.
you made your point. I mean, you can't really make those two comparisons from two different eras, and especially
And you can compare all
You
you,
can
want.
compare
you
them,
just
but you can't-
put them on the same
it's just
floor,
fun to
same
talk
field.
about,
It's just-
which is what we're doing.
you're hard to-
Yeah.
When people take it seriously and they're
Right.
like, no, the dream team with Karl Malone and
Oh my god!
Matt Johnson.
They would get
Right, right.
murdered by the current USA team. They
Right.
would get destroyed.
Before we leave off on the topic of the NBA, there's one thing about the NBA I want to talk about. Next year, what they're going to be doing to the
2 years.
jerseys in 2
2
years.
years, yes.
2017.
The new NBA NASCAR
Once
jerseys.
because right now they're with Adidas, and in 2017, 2018,
All right, so-
they're moving to Nike. And they're going to have a 3-year deal with that. And what's going to happen is a lot of people are freaking out, which is okay. But at the same time, don't freak out quite yet. Wait till 2020, because right now what they're going to do, they're going to put the swoosh of Nike in the right
And they
corner.
can't be anywhere near the swoosh, right? Is that what someone said?
Well, here's what it is. They're going to put the swoosh in the right corner. They're going to put a corporate logo if they want. It's up to a team whether or not they want to.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to put in the left logo, and then they're going to put the team name still in the center. And the main issue a lot of people have with that is, well, soccer, the Premier League over in
Right.
England, they started out with that. They had the team name in the middle back
Mm-hmm.
in the 80s. They had whatever their logo was, whatever it was, Puma, Nike, Adidas, so on and so forth.
Right.
And then in the left corner, or right corner, whatever it was a corporate logo. Within 3 years, that corporate logo became across
Sure.
the center of their shirt, and
the
the
name
team was in
was,
the
like,
corner.
smaller than the corporate
So
logo.
that probably will happen.
Money buys real estate.
Right,
so.
and exactly.
Here soon, it's not going to be the Chicago Cubs anymore or the Chicago Bears. It'll be like
Geno's.
it'd be like-
Geno's Pizza
Soldier
Cubbies.
Field was Visa Presents Soldier Field, wasn't it?
Right.
No, like 8
no.
years
I
ago.
think I think you're right.
Well, I always remember thinking like bowl games. I'm a huge college football guy. What, like back in the 50s, 60s, it's the Rose Bowl.
Right.
And I remember growing up, well, first it was the AT&T Rose Bowl,
Right.
and then it became the Vizio Rose Bowl.
Now it's the
And-
GoFundMe Rose page.
15 minutes with Brie Olsen, Rose
For
Bowl.
$500.
It's got to be
I
one
think
of your
there's
top pet
I think
peeves
there's
for sure.
one other topic before we get off NBA, and we have to salute.
No, don't say Kobe.
We have to salute.
Don't
Black
say
Mamba.
Kobe. Don't
I
say
said
Kobe.
Black Mamba.
Why is he gonna be
I
black?
didn't say. He said it. Black Mamba out.
Oh.
And he left. He said
Are you
it.
kidding me? He took 50 shots.
Yeah.
I'm over it. 60 points. I do have to say that.
I want to know
that was fun.
how
to
many
watch.
kids are left that get that reference, the Black Mamba reference.
He just came up with it himself, didn't he?
No, it came from Kill Bill, didn't it?
I've
Well,
never
the
seen
black,
the
yeah,
movie.
Black Mamba. She called her. Yeah.
He named himself
After-
Kill Bill came out.
But he gave himself the name.
Yeah, there's another pet peeve: giving yourself a
Give yourself
nickname.
your own
Nickname.
nickname.
Wow.
All right, Kobe, I hate you on 2 levels.
That's TUFF. But if you're Kobe Bryant, yeah, you can. With how arrogant and egotistical he is, he can give himself his own nickname because he was that good. I'll give him that. He was absolutely phenomenal. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer going away. He could be inducted right now if he wanted to. But to me, he will always be the villain. I think he crushed the Lakers organization. He helped them win 5 championships.
And now they're garbage.
Well, he forced Shaq out of L.A.
Yeah.
And they could have got like
Which
Marcus
he
All
won
first.
another championship on his own then.
He won 2. Those are his only 2 that he won that are his.
But even then, he had Paul
You're talking about
Gasol.
Shaq, those first 3 championships from 2000, 2002.
So he won one
That
by
was
himself.
Shaq's team.
Right.
That was Shaq's team.
Well, he.
Well, he was young. Kobe was number 8.
Oh no,
Yeah.
with the Lakers.
But
With-
prior-
This was
to-
before he was raping white girls.
Yeah. In Denver.
Yeah, it was before that.
That's
2009.
24 of them.
It's another podcast.
2009 and 2010 championships, yes, those were his teams. He was spectacular. He had, obviously, everyone that wins a championship has a sporting cast, but he was.
So yeah, was it last Wednesday? Was the last day of the season when Warriors made the record and then Kobe scored
On the same night, Wednesday.
60
Yep.
on 50 shots, which
Yeah.
which really kind of pissed me off. 50 shots, what an asshole! Even if it is your last
They
game,
let him
50
shoot
shots.
50 shots.
I mean, come on.
Well, what's funny
He
is
made
he
some
said
spectacular
he
shots.
said on his on that speech, he said, "What's funny is everyone's telling me throughout my whole career, pass the ball, pass the
Right.
ball. Finally, they're saying, don't pass the ball, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it."
So yeah, Kobe's a little bit full of himself running the checkout time and everything. You know what else really pisses me off? Speaking of people who are full of themselves, vanity license plates. Did you guys see the picture I posted on Facebook? It's like a red and white Mustang. The license plate said Top Gun,
Top Gun
1.
1, yeah.
So is there a 2? Was my first
Somewhere out
question.
there is a Top Gun.
Top Gun 40CX.
Right. What's the point of that? It's a red and white Mustang. It's got nothing to do with airplanes. Or,
Probably white trash.
He loves Top Gun and Tom Cruise.
I bet that guy really thinks Tom Cruise's character's name was Top Gun in the movie.
That guy probably smokes a cigarette and drinks a beer while he drives.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's like, look at Top Gun, go. And he just sees the plane swooshing, doesn't even know who Goose is, has no idea what the story is going on.
That's the guy that came up with the slogan, Wisconsin only has steers and queers, and I don't see any. Like, that's that guy. It's the same guy. He goes from state to state and says that. And he drives the Mustang.
That guy doesn't work. Oh, my Lord.
No,
How do you have the audacity to do something like that? Hey, let me just go show how stupid I am.
I don't know how he got a Mustang. If you're smart enough, or I guess dumb enough to go out and buy a Mustang, don't get a vanity license plate. Your insurance is already through the roof. You're gonna
He's
Yes, man, that guy doesn't care.
He's just making it cost
yeah.
more.
What's for dinner? Ramen noodles.
Oh, but speaking
I'm
of
going to go eat my meal in the car.
speaking of having a vanity license plate and just being totally arrogant, when I was a senior in college, I of course had an Indiana University license plate.
But I don't think that's not vanity, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm getting to my point here, sir. My dad decided to get it for me as a gift, and on the back of it, as the license plate, it said Miles H. And so I had that on there driving around. There a lot, and I go to people and I was like, "Yeah, my dad got this for me as a gift, but I don't
do I
like
do?"
it."
Yeah.
They're like, "Yeah, because it makes you look like a douchebag, right?" And I was like, yeah, it kind of does. You have your own name on the back of your license plate.
So your
work.
license plate said Milesh.
Yes.
It's like an Eastern European discus champion. or
Milesh.
something.
And you know what? Speaking of Eastern European, I looked up what Milesh
Or Milesh.
Milesh.
Yeah.
I looked it up online, and that's a southeast region in present-day Macedonia. So that is very much Eastern European. So coincidentally enough,
It fits.
Milesh.
If I had
It
a dime
goes.
every time someone called me Macedonian, I'd have 30 cents.
That's really funny because
that's
all
more than
I
enough
can
to-
think of now is my Macedonian friends.
That's more than enough
have
to play
one.
a game of Pac-Man. Yeah, I got rid of that in 1 year because I was like, I don't like driving around looking like an idiot. Either people don't
Your
get it
skin's
and they're
crawling
like,
as you
wow,
drive."
Milesh, what the hell is that? You're an idiot. Or people knew who I was and I was like, wow, what a tool.
I really hope like your
There goes the
your
moron.
windows were tinted and up all the time so they couldn't see
And
it.
my windows are very tinted, so
The
Yeah,
the
that
back
didn't
said
help.
the back license plate said that. The front said, "Yes, I know." My license plate says,
My dad got this for me.
he's such a loving father. He didn't know any better at the moment. But I always tease him because I got teased enough for it, so I try to pass that on to someone else to take the ridicule for it.
Miles doesn't want his dad to hear this, so his dad will be like, "So how'd the podcast go?" "Oh, we canceled it."
So another thing recently that happened that kind of pissed me off, and it happens every year this time. I don't know why I'm surprised, but MLB The Show only being available on PS4 really it grinds my gears, Miles.
It grinds your gears. Glad to hear.
Being an Xbox One owner,
And I
actually.
have my evil laugh going because I just bought my PS4 for that reason, and I play MLB The Show every day.
Because he doesn't have a
Baseball
job.
been very good to me. Is there an equivalent for
Negatory.
No,
That's
there's
a
not
big
a
negative.
baseball
Not
game
even
at all for
Nothing.
Xbox One.
The only baseball game on Xbox, you have to put a
2K?
quarter in.
Oh, jeez.
No, there's absolutely nothing.
With the
There's
30
nothing.
cents
2K
you
used to have
have,
one. 2K didn't.
They
don't-
stopped in
they
2013
stopped because
Really? That was the
MLB
last
the
time.
show
because it was
crushed
shitty.
it.
And even when 13 came out, the big deal, the people who own Xbox who played it were pissed because, hey guys, the last 3 years you're putting out the same game with just different covers. They didn't change a thing, so they just stopped making it and stopped paying for the.
Paul, you should just wait until the PlayStation 4.5 comes out, then you can get virtual reality.
Virtual reality.
Yeah.
What's the PlayStation 4.5?
Basically, they're gonna bring in virtual reality, and it's gonna be all 4K. So the 4.5 will have 4K, and you will be able to do virtual reality. They'll have virtual
I've seen
reality
4K when we
If-
stayed with a buddy.
Right.
He
4K
had
is
it.
if you
awesome.
if
It's
you
not
haven't
even
seen
out
it,
yet. It's
if-
not 4K is not
check
out
it out on
No, 4K
YouTube.
is
No, 4K is
out.
out.
Nothing broadcast in 4K.
No, yeah.
No.
You
I
can
mean
buy
to
a
say.
box. You can buy the box, and there's like certain movies that are on 4K.
Yes, but you can't watch
But it's
it
like-
like HBO. You know,
Right.
You gotta have
you
super
can't
cash to do
watch
something like
regular ass TV.
So yeah, the networks aren't broadcasting in 4K yet, but it's like the new frontier of
check it out on YouTube.
entertainment.
There's some.
No, the only baseball game, honestly, that's available on Xbox is RBI Arcade Baseball. That's it. So really, bring your quarters, guys. You'll play me.
These guys love their quarters today.
it's-
He's talking about having 30 cents. He's talking about having his quarter 25 cents. Now you got a quarter.
Well, Miles, back in the day, there was something called an arcade. You would, you had to stand up to play video games. You couldn't sit down.
to me, a quarter doesn't mean anything. 30 cents, 25 cents. Like, what good is that for other than making noise in your car as you drive?
Dude, I
Ching,
remember
ching, ching, ching.
Southtown Mall from like 11:30 at night until like midnight, like 2 o'clock in the morning. I would go with my brother. And you pay $10. You get it's basically free video games all day long. The consoles, Galaga, Pac-Man, and everything.
Tilt was at
Tilt.
Glenbrook?
There was two. There was Tilt
Dude, it was
and the
awesome.
gold.
The golden by the
gold
ice
mine.
skating.
The gold mine.
Gold mine.
Gold
Yeah,
mine
yeah,
was
yeah.
by the ice skating.
One
Think
was
about it.
upstairs, one was downstairs.
Glenbrook Mall had 2 arcades.
You
I'm talking
probably,
about Southtown. That shows my age.
Yeah.
you probably drove up to that Town Mall, and your mama parked you next to that guy with the Top Gun 1 license plate. You went in, you looked around, and you're like, oh, that guy's white, but he
Juan
looks
didn't want
kind
to
of
say anything,
different.
but he knows that guy. Like,
Yeah.
they had to be friends. He didn't want to
Sorry,
mention
guys.
it.
Oh, that's my white trash buddy. That's my white trash.
Isn't that one of your pet peeves?
Oh my god! I'll tell you what. I got one of the best stories ever.
Go.
Of epic white trashness. And I grew up going to my grandparents' lake in Monticello, and it's right by. There's more than corn in Indiana.
I was just gonna
Yeah,
say
Indiana Beach. Yeah.
Indiana Beach.
That penguin.
No, it was a
No, it was a
bird.
crow.
Crow.
It was a
crow.
crow.
Penguins
I
on
wanna
from
be a
Indiana.
penguin, dude.
Excuse me.
Indiana Beach, home of the
The
Penguins.
guy from Penguin's Point.
Guys,
Penguin Point.
realize that in Gypsy, the word for crow and penguin is the same word, so he doesn't know any
Oh
different.
yeah.
So I was on the lake connected to it, Lake Freeman, and I was out with my cousin's cousin, Ryan, and I'll tell you, this guy is hilarious. He hasn't been sober since the Reagan administration. And so this is probably about 10 years or so ago, and we take a wave runner out, and we're going along, and we realize the storm's coming, so we turn around and are heading for my grandparents' place, and then suddenly we're what the hell? And then we just stall, and we're sitting there, and we're like, shit! A storm is coming.
A storm is a
So we're trying to flag people down, and we're waving our hands.
Oh, no.
And people just think we're being nice, are waving right on back and cruising right on by. And we're like, oh,
Hey, it's
my
Milesh.
God.
Everyone wait. It's Milesh.
Everybody
It's Milesh.
Now,
Hello.
The guy thinks he's cool. Just kind of wave, pretend he's not there.
He went to IU.
Would you like to touch my
They're all
penis?
Purdue fans. They're like, just wave. Maybe he'll keep
They
going.
really are. They really are.
Maybe
'cause
he'll just keep
Monticello,
going.
They're very close to
He's a good kid, but
West Lafayette,
Yeah,
and then you
bless
see
his
Purdue,
heart.
Purdue everywhere. So they probably just sensed it. Oh, here's an IU asshole. Let's just wave right on by and act friendly.
So then, what happened then?
Well, we're sitting there. I shit you not. We're sitting there about 45 minutes, and then
Just
this,
waving at
Waving at people that go by.
This guy think he's Miss America. What's going on?
Are you in a parade?
there were two of us though. We were co-winners. Steve Harvey didn't even know who the winner was. So we're waving, and finally, this family from the all-heralded White Oaks, and of the thousands of fans we have, I bet no one listening even knows what White Oaks is, but it's White Oaks, the most hick place you will find in northern Indiana.
Worse than Hicksville.
Indiana, Hicksville, Ohio. We'll have that discussion on a later day.
Battle of the.
But this family comes up, pulling right out from there, and Ryan and I look at each other, and he's probably blowing about a .06 now. He's getting pretty sober at this point. Looks at me, and we're like, oh, dear God. And this family of about 12 people sitting in a boat come up, and they're like, y'all need some help? We're like, we're about to die in the storm, so yes, we will actually take it from you. So they throw us some rope.
Normally, under no circumstance on God's green earth would we ever even look at you in the eye. But, however, at this point, yes, we will take your help.
So the mother of the family gets up, and I shit you not, she lassos a rope out to us.
That's the great time to have a hick around. They know how to
Right.
lasso and shit.
But it's like, wow, you have that thick of rope with you? And I was like, okay, yeah, probably for your anchor. But no, I'm serious. This thing was like an inch and 3/4 round. And I'm like, what the hell? How often do you tow people back?
She must have been a cowboy or something.
Right. So she throws it out. We're able to get onto it. We tie ourselves up, and they drag us back into White Oaks, which was only about 500 yards from where we were, so we were pretty close to that area. Thankfully, and that's the only time I say thankfully, we were close to White Oaks. So we get in, and the rain is really starting to come down. No lightning quite yet, just off in the distance we hear thunder. We get up, and we're hanging out there, and the dad of the family goes, hey, me and my sons, we'll go check that out. We'll get that right up, fixed up for you. You'll be on your way right back in no time. Okay, thank you. We appreciate that. So they go out, and they are looking and looking and looking and looking. It's about a half hour, another 45 minutes pass, and the son comes back. He's about 13 years old, and he goes, I know what your problem is. Okay, great. I know what your problem is. Okay, what's the problem? I know what your problem is. You boys is out of gas. What you need to do, y'all need to go down by the coon, around the corner, get yourself some gas. You see the tall grass and a large rock. You get yourself filled up, just pour some in, no problem. Get yourself right on back before that lightning comes. And we're like,
This is
my God.
This is from a 13-year-old that said this to you.
Yes. A 13-year-old. Yes, I mean, taken after his ancestors.
Father likes
Already.
him.
Whoa,
Something
it was
about it, however you
scary.
want to
So, Ryan looks at me, he's like, those are the biggest hits I've ever seen in my life. I go, you're starting to have a little white trash accent.
Yes, that's twang.
That's twang.
Yeah, no kidding. It was something else. So we were able to, at that point, there were still payphones around because this is a little over 10 years ago. So we were able to find one inside the White Oaks. It's not quite a hotel. It's kind of more of a
Motel?
yeah, but like a timeshare commune, if you will, for
Sounds
very
scary.
white folk. So I called my dad from that, came, got us the gas, and we poured it in our wave runner, and we just took the hell off. By then, the lightning's coming down, and we had about a mile and a half to go, which that's a bit of a hoof.
So wait.
If you're going 25, 30 miles an hour.
You went, got gas,
My dad did.
and the storm's not even coming yet. So now the storm is...
Well,
now
it
it's
was
starting to
definitely
rain.
coming. It wasn't there, but the rain was coming down, and then the lightning
So
followed.
you're in the wave runner.
It wasn't up and down like you motion. We were going side to side, moving and grooving back and forth. I thought we were gonna capsize. It was a scary, scary moment. I was just like, and Ryan was the one driving. I was just like closing my eyes, holding on to him. I was like, man, I really don't want to die tonight. It would not be too convenient. We obviously got back. I am not dead. I am here.
This is a hologram.
Insane. So that's a moment where actually my pet peeve helped save my ass.
For white, so thanks to all the white trash out there.
Thank you all, my fellow Caucasian.
Brethren.
My fellow Caucasian. So thanks for checking us out. Until next time, this is Miles.
Adam,
Juan.
And Paul,
Safe Space,
save space.
Mamba out.
Come on, Gypsy Kid!
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Check out more epic stranded stories in episode 3, coming Monday, May 2nd.